The other area I want to touch briefly, because it is part of the reason we spend money and the part of the reason why we lose our liberties and ignore the Constitution, and that has to do with our foreign policy. The old right conservative constitutional position has been that we should avoid war. We should be willing to talk to our enemies and be friends with people and trade with people. And we should remember that there is a Christian just war theory that is very, very important and something that I adhere to, that you just don't go to war as a first resort against people who haven't attacked us. This just does not fit my personal philosophy, and it rejects the whole concept of the Constitution. One of the major reasons we fought the revolution and had a Constitution was to take that power away from the executive branch. And yet and the Congress reneges and they just deliver it to the president on a platter and say, do what you want. And not only have we done that, this last go around, the power is delivered to the president and said, well, yes, we think you need this power because we believe that you need this to find out where all those weapons were, and because of 9/11, which was absolutely false. And then the number two reason that they gave was we want to make sure you enforce UN resolutions. We shouldn't be going to war for UN resolutions ever. I would, my position has been, and some of you may have heard, I don't think the UN serves our interests at all. I'd just as soon be out of the UN if we had our way. But all these issues are interconnected. I think we see our problems. I see that the freedom philosophy brings people together. The Constitution brings us together. Welfarism and excessive spending and deficits and socialism divides us because everybody has to go to Washington. Those who have the biggest clout, those who are the best lobbyists, those are the ones who go and they grab. And then whether it's the medical industrial complex or the banking industry or whether it's the military industrial complex, that's who ends up controlling our government. That's who has control of our government today. And we have to get it back. And just believing in the Constitution, we don't have to do anything brand new or different. Yes, this campaign is revolutionary, but it really is the continuation of a revolution that occurred a couple hundred years ago. And we want to expand on it. We want to improve it. We want to go forward. We don't want to go back to anything. But there was a good start, and it's a new idea. Freedom is a new idea. Tyranny is the ancient idea. And now we are drifting so much closer to tyranny in the acceptance that government will control us and the government becomes our parents and runs roughshod. And we cannot lose the confidence that freedom really works. And if we want prosperity, we want freedom and we want marketplaces. And for so long, conservatives and constitutionalists have lost the argument, they lost the moral high ground, because those who want to give things away, I'm not talking about where they steal it from, but they want to give things and take care of people, they get the moral high ground and they come by as being compassionate. And we who believe in liberty, we lack compassion. But the truth is, there's only one compassionate system known to man, and that is freedom and personal responsibility. Then there's enough wealth, and then we will all have personal responsibility to use that compassion that we have first to take care of our families and friends and neighbors, and there would be so much wealth that we could spread this wealth around the world. Instead of trying to spread this message through our might and bombs and weapons, this weapon would be... This message would send such a strong message that those others around the world would come and want to emulate us, and that's the way it should be. We should never have to use force. Thank you very much.